All right, well, he's been there before, but he hasn't done that. This lightweight contender worked exceedingly hard to get back to a championship setting, and this may be his last title shot if he doesn't get the win tonight.
Yeah, you can't not get there twice. When you're there, you gotta win one, or you don't get the opportunity again. This guy put his head down and went right back to work from the moment he heard and still. He said that at some point, we would put the belt around his waist. He would put in the work. He would prepare. He's back here now, John, and he intends to be the champion.
And when you suffer a setback, there are two ways to go. And this man went on the right trajectory. Really good to see him get back here, and now we find out if he's got the goods to be a champion. All right, so all eyes are on Khabib Nurmagomedov. Daniel, as your former teammate makes his return to competition here tonight, a lot of us felt like this moment would not materialize. He's chasing 30-0 now.
He's chasing 30-0. I mean, he's one of the only guys to get out of this thing clean. Nobody goes undefeated unless your name is Khabib Nurmagomedov. The guy has fought the best. He is a guy that lets you know what his intentions are, and he goes out there and he works the game plan. He's going to get in your face. He's going to try to overwhelm you with his wrestling. And you look at his boy, Hasbulla in the corner. Khabib Nurmagomedov looking for a big night.
The Dagestani social media legend Hasbulla Magomedov in the corner of Khabib Nurmagomedov tonight. Khabib Nurmagomedov has stepped inside the octagon. He is ready to fight. Our tale of the tape for this lightweight championship fight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the UFC Lightweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Renato Moicano. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov.
Referee Herb Dean will handle the action in the octagon. Dateline, Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the fight capital of the world. With respect to anywhere else you want to go, if I'm a fighter, if I'm an athlete in combat sports, this is where I want to compete.
You want to fight in Vegas, and now this beautiful T-Mobile Arena is the backdrop for tonight's great UFC event.
Keeping him honest with the jab. And now some separation. Too easy. Khabib Nurmagomedov gets the early takedown. Opposition knew it was coming, unable to stop it. Nurmagomedov's got an arm. Looks like he's trying to lock up a Kimura. Oh, he's got the Kimura locked in. Wow, somehow, some way he gets the arm out.
It looked like he was done, John, but he was able to stay comfortable, stay patient, and now he finds himself safe. In the half guard.
Nice job staying offensive there as he lands a shot from the bottom. Ooh, arm triangles in tight.
It's getting in very tight.
Ooh, might get the win here by finish.
Good job by the champ there. Sliding back out.
All right, he's got side control here, DC. You know, he's got a lot of different submissions in his arsenal once this fight gets to the ground. Working from the top here. Pretty good ground and pound here by Nurmagomedov. All right, working on the ground here. His opponent's feet on the hips. Lands the ground and pound strike. All right, crowd absolutely loving it as the fighters, however compromised, make their way back to the feet.
They may be tired, but that fatigue is warranted. That was a high-level grappling exchange between two phenomenal grapplers.
Champ, look at that redness underneath his elbow. A lot of those strikes to the body starting to pile up.
Getting beat up and being smart enough to not be headhunting the entire time. He's going to guillotine. He's got the choke in.
Ooh, sorry to cut short, but he got out.
What a great job attacking the lock, rolling to your back, giving up the mount. He chose a much worse position over giving up that submission.
All right, let's see if he can apply pressure inside his opponent's guard here, DC. All right, well, he continues to manhandle him here on the ground. Now maybe trying to get to a choke position here, DC. All right, so he can't get it here. Again, good awareness by the defensive fighter.
That was nice.
If you're the bottom fighter, DC, what do?
You got to move, you got to shrimp, you got to get off on a hip to try to move your opponent off of you or pull him down to close the space.
Move the ball hard. Very good round. You're very, very close to getting those submissions.
All right, a lot of high-level striking action in that last round. Daniel, take us through it, if you will.
Tit for tat. Who has the best chin? It seemed as though they were looking for that answer. Both guys took risk. What a fantastic round.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Second round underway. Oh, and he tags him with the straight. Beautifully placed there by Moicano. Efficient with that jab. Doubles up on it now. All right, so we didn't see any takedown attempts from the BJJ player in round one, and as yet, he still hasn't attempted to take this fight to the ground.
Very surprising approach by this guy. He's so good on the ground. I would have expected him to try to get it to the ground earlier in the fight. But as we go on, it's starting to become very clear that that is not the game plan tonight. Big knee lands right to his opponent's midsection.
Nice defense there. Huge block. Well, there's a takedown attempt. No surprise that he would go for it there, but unable to get the fight to the ground.
Whenever your opponent knows that you're going to try to take him down, you have to disguise it. He did not disguise it. He tried to shoot a blind shot. He got defended as you would expect him to.
Oh, how clean is that? Nice strike. Both guys appeared to land there. Throws a big right hand, but doesn't find its home. Well, he's really starting to land a high number of strikes here in this set.
Big double leg level change.
Khabib's in half guard.
Oh, this is where you don't want to be, though.
Going for an arm bar now. Looks like a pretty good attempt here.
Fight IQ on full display there. Recognizing he was losing the sub, elected to keep the dominant position.
Just over 2 minutes to go in round two.
Oh, he's got to be careful there, yep.
Posture's on elbow.
Massive shot lands. It's over, John. Fight's done. Yes, smart adjustment, yep. Great defense by the defensive fighter.
Nurmagomedov's back in half guard. All right, so pretty good damage here with the ground and pound. Nothing superficial about... All right, looks like he's got a couple hooks in here, DC, and defensively, you better be careful.
Beautiful transition.
Nurmagomedov's right back to the full mount. .30 seconds to go in round two. 20 seconds to go round two. Lands the grounded pound strike here.
He's very accurate in the ground and pound, and it's showing because he's landing so consistent.
10 minutes in the books. All right, so for one fighter, the round mercifully comes to an end as we look back at some of the action. What a display of ground and pound.
It's his calling card. It's exactly what he's known for. He's known as a brutal ground and pound fighter, and he showed you just then why he's known as that in the MMA sphere. He's the guy that if he gets you down, he will dominate you with positioning and brutal, nasty ground and pound.
All right, here we go with this third round of this championship fight. So he's really starting to put together some significant body shots here. These are going to take their toll as this fight goes on. Well, his wrestling has been a great equalizer thus far in his UFC career and gets the single leg takedown.
And you know that it's his shot. It's his shot of choice. A single leg takedown, and he's securing it, and he's doing it and scoring it over and over again. Oh, nice takedown defense.
And now some distance as they pull apart. All right, so there it is, yet another strike to the body. Feels like that was what the game plan was rooted in coming in here tonight.
Absolutely, Johnny. You can think that he's setting him up to go up top. Or, honestly, if he continues to land at this rate, at this target, he could finish him here. So I wouldn't change anything unless he makes you. Just notice the drive. Look at how they drive the knee right into the midsection.
Oh, that's a sharp hook there by Nurmagomedov. Under 3 minutes now to go in the round. Oh, lands another beautiful strike to the body. Really?
Oh, he's stuck in the guillotine.
Good job, body champ there. Sliding back out.
Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. All right, side control now. Khabib's back in side control here. Oh, he's got the knee on the belly. Could be trouble defensively.
He needs to shove the knees. Get his opponent's knee off of his belly so he can get to his feet. Nice transition. Great defense by this fighter.
All right, dominant position here. He's got the full mount. A lot of different ways he can go here. Maybe try to find an arm bar or just get the ground and
He
pound.
can attack submission, but those submissions will present themselves once he is landing that brutal ground and pound he is known for. Because then his opponent will start to get a little bit desperate to get out from under him, which will then in turn leave arms dangling, or he'll turn to his knees and get choked out.
Oh, another huge ground strike landed by him there. How much more can one man take? Ten seconds to go in the round. All right, 3 rounds down, potentially 2 more to go. We are headed to the championship rounds.
All right, respira, respira. Você tem que ir com calma, tá? You gotta slow it down. You gotta be calm, okay? You're being overly aggressive.
All right, so we now look back at some of the action from that previous round, DC. A lot of good highlights on both sides.
I mean, a lot of good highlights from both competitors. They both should be very proud of what they accomplished. But I'm telling you, man, I'm not sure they can keep this up. If they land at this clip for another 5 minutes, somebody's going to sleep.
You ready to fight? Ready.
We have arrived at the 4th round fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, so here we go with our 4th round of a possible 5, and a lot of fighters change up their training camp when they're fighting 5 rounds versus 3.
Yeah, you got to change it up. You have to mix things up because fighting for an extra 10 minutes is not normal. Guys don't do this normally. It's a 15-minute fight, so you have to do things physically and yourself mentally to make sure that you're ready to go that extra 10 minutes.
Moicano's cheek looks like it's cut. Yes, it is starting to bleed a little bit now. All right, so he's setting up for a submission here. Oh, I'm no expert, but that Von Flue choke looks locked in. Oh, Bale's on the submission now.
He does a great job of getting to his position, landing effective strikes, and now his opponent's starting to swell. Oh, he got to his spot.
Moicano's in half guard now.
Great job finding his shots from the top position.
This is some exhausting work, man.
I mean, it is so tiring to be fighting in this way. So much wrestling, so much grappling, expending all...
Oh, big shots raining down. Might get the TKO here. All right, he's got the full mount now. Is this one of the most dominant positions in MMA? Is that fair to say?
It's a very dominant position. It's one of the most ideal positions you can get to, especially if you are fighting someone.
Oh, he's going for his arm now. Oh, that one looks really tight, DC. Oh, so how about that position over submission as he bails on the sub?
I think that's a great job. You've got to make sure you don't end up in a worse position because you're trying to score a submission.
Nurmagomedov's in half guard. Ooh, right into side control, DC.
This is where you want to be now because you get to make your opponent decide. They try to turn back into you, you can attack guillotine. If they turn away to try to get to your knees, you throw your hooks in and you got all your rear choke submissions.
Moicano's eye now closing up. Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here. Oh, he got saved by the bell there. He was getting absolutely starched on the ground, grounded and pounded. Thankfully, the horn came at a good time. You see, gingerly, he gets back to his feet. He'll go back to the stool now for 60 seconds. Now the onus is on his corner to try to keep him in the fight.
You ready to fight? Ready. Let's do it.
It is the fifth and final round.
He's got to try to finish here. He ate that kick. He took that whole kick, yep.
You know, DC, you're usually pretty prophetic when it comes to these game plans and strategies. Are you surprised?
Great timing on that double leg.
Oh, man, he's still targeting that cut, and it is getting worse by the minute. Hammer fist here by Nurmagomedov.
He does everything so well, and he's so calm. He's so calm in the face of such a big spot.
Good work from the top here by Nurmagomedov. These ground strikes really started to add up. There's another one.
There it is. Now he's on the mount.
Moicano's eye is really not looking good right now, Daniel. Starting to swell shut, and that is going to compromise his vision as this fight continues. Oh, good technique there. He's got the triangle choke locked in.
Triangle choke getting very close to the finish. Now all he's got to do is get pressure on the head, down towards his hip, if he wants to get the finish. He's going to take off bar here.
Oh, how good is that as he gets out?
That is great submission defense, keeping everything short and not allowing his opponent to get the submission victory. Oh, slick reversal right there.
He's having his way with him here. Oh, we'll see who has the edge here as they get back to their feet after a pretty engaged battle there on the ground.
And both of these guys should feel pretty satisfied because they both had their moments and they both showed true skill on the ground.
Khabib's in half guard. So the blood really starting to flow. Every time that area gets targeted, that cut's getting worse.
It's getting worse and worse. And you see the blood starting to come down. That is when you start to watch the fighter to see what type of effect it's starting to take on him, whether or not he's reaching for it, whether or not he's confused by where it's at. You got to start to watch his reactions now as we go forward.
Oh, arm triangle. Arm triangle. Arm triangle.
Oh, look out, folks. That is tight.
It looks like it's getting going.
So we go under a minute to go in the fight. Well, on paper, it looked like a grappling advantage for him coming in, and largely, DC, that's the way it's played out. The takedowns, the ground control, he's got it all going to him.
He's got it all going, J.A. This is a dream for him. The takedown early, the ground control, really starting to wear at the gas tank of his opponent.
It's hard to think about a fight in his career in which he has absorbed this amount of damage. His face is essentially shot.
Unrecognizable. He's unrecognizable. That is as close to the term that I can say.
Back and forth action right until the final horn. That one's going to hold up in the Fight of the Year conversation. All right, so the championship fight goes the distance as we get you some highlights here, and I do believe the champion will walk out the way he came in as the undisputed best in the world.
He is one of the most talented mixed martial artists we have ever seen in the UFC's octagon. He takes every challenge head on, and tonight he got pushed, but I think he did just enough to maintain his title.
The official decision is in. It resides with Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 49-46. For the winner by unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov.
All right, so judges' scorecards needed. Not often the case when Khabib Nurmagomedov competes, but he gets it done by decision and keeps that O in the loss column.
And if you want to win a decision,